Have you ever struggled to close sales as a health coach? You get on a call, you deliver tons of value, but at the end, the client hits you with, I need to think about it, or I'm not sure if I'm ready to invest right now. Does that sound familiar to you? What if I told you that the problem isn't your coaching, it isn't your price, and it isn't even your marketing? You see, the problem is how you are positioning yourself on that call. And today, I'm going to show you the absolute best sales system for positioning for online health coaches. It's called the Prescriptive Method, and it's how doctors and practitioners get their patients to commit on the spot every time. So imagine if every sales call ended with the client choosing their payment option instead of deciding if they need to join your program. That's exactly what happened when I started using this method 6 years ago, and I went from closing 20% of my consults to closing over 80%. And that's how I started working with over 500 health coaching clients a year. So if you want to sign high-ticket clients with confidence, stick around because I'm about to break it down for you step by step. But I want to start with a simple question. When was the last time you went to a doctor, they gave you a prescription, and you told them, nah, I don't really think that I need that? Never, right? Because you automatically trust that the doctor has the solution. Now, if you compare that to how most online coaches sell, they jump on a call, they explain their program, and then they ask the client, so do you think this is something that you'd like to do? That's a big mistake. You don't see a doctor asking, so do you feel like taking this prescription? No, they confidently prescribe the solution, and it's just understood that you're going to follow through because that's why you're there. So the prescription method puts you in the same position as the authority who knows exactly what the client needs. And it's broken down into 3 powerful steps: deep discovery, qualify or disqualify, and then the prescription itself. So let's dive into step 1, which is deep discovery. You see, most coaches try to sell before they fully understand the person that's in front of them. But the truth is, people buy emotionally, not just logically. So before you even think about presenting your program and the price, you need to see and help them see why they need the program. And the key to this is asking the right questions. I call them the what, how, and why questions. They're the only questions you should be asking on the consult, and definitely do not do coaching. So the what questions are simple. What are your goals? What challenges have been holding you back? And what does success actually look like for you? Then we follow the how questions. How long has this been a problem? How much time and money have you spent already trying to fix this? And how do you feel about your progress so far? Finally, we ask why questions. Why is this important to you? Why now? What changed that made you reach out today? Why are we here? So here's why this works. You see, when people talk about their struggles, they feel emotionally connected to solving them, and you also get the opportunity to catch red flags earlier, things that could later become objections at the end after you present your program. Most importantly, you uncover the real pain point because often people think their issue is one thing, but you guys know as coaches, usually it's something that's really deeper. So once you've asked these questions, the client's going to become more emotionally bought in. Then they're going to be ready for step 2, which is qualify or disqualify. All high-level coaches know that not everyone is ready for change, even if they did commit to a consult call and they're sitting in front of you. So it's your job to figure out whether they are ready or not. It's not your job to convince them to join the program. So to do this, you have to ask 2 key questions. The first is, what made you reach out today? This is a very important question that shows how serious they are. Are they just browsing, or have they reached a breaking point? Is this a desperate need, or are they just here because maybe they found something that was interesting to them? Or maybe they were looking for coaching instead of coaching on the call instead of an actual consultation for a solution. It's very important for you to understand why their reasonings are, because that's going to come up later 99% of the time at the end of the consult. And then the second question is, have you worked with another coach or another practitioner before with this? It's very important you ask this question, because if yes, you're going to ask, why didn't it work? What did they struggle with? This allows you to see what they're missing so you can talk about it when you're presenting the program as a solution. And if not, this is a big red flag for me. This is why you got to say, well, why haven't you taken action before? Maybe they're going to tell you, oh, I haven't found the right coach, or I haven't found the right solution. Or maybe they're going to say, to be honest with you, it's not something that's high on my radar. So here's why this works. If someone has been struggling but has never invested in themselves, you can challenge that. If they've worked with another coach but didn't get results, then you can position yourself as the better solution. And most importantly, if they're not truly ready to change, you don't waste your time trying to convince them. You have the opportunity to end the call and take back your time right then and there. You can also do this in a DM conversation as well. Now for the final step, this is the actual prescription. Here's the biggest mistake coaches make when pitching their offer. They ask, so do you want to sign up? That's the wrong question. Of course they want to sign up. Why are they there? Why are they talking to you if they don't want to sign up? You have never seen a doctor say, do you feel like starting treatment? So they simply tell you what's best, and then they assume that you're going to follow their lead. And that's exactly what you are going to do with your coaching offer. So here is the exact script you can use, and I recommend do not deviate from this. You're going to say, based on everything you've shared, here's what I recommend. You're only going to talk about the things that are going to solve the challenge. Don't tell them everything that's involved in your program. The doctor's not like, we're going to do this and put you on IV blood work and you're going to go to 6 appointments and we're going to do 12 follow-up treatments. They don't say any of that. They're going to say, we start here and here's what I recommend. So based on everything you shared, here's what I recommend. We're going to start with and insert your program name. And that's going to help you achieve, you're going to repeat the goals back to them by addressing, and then you're going to input their specific challenge. After that, you're going to say, we can do monthly payments of X or a one-time payment of Y. Which option works best for you? And that's the question right there. Which option works best for you? Why do you think this works? It's because you assume the sale, because you know that they need it. You're positioning yourself as the expert, just like the doctor, and you're eliminating hesitation because they're choosing how to start, not if they should start. This one changed my entire business. 6 years ago, I couldn't close at all. I shared on the last episode, I bombed 26 consults in a row. I don't know if that's a proud number to bomb, but it was because at the end, I was leaving them questioning things. I was saying, so do you want to do this? Do you have any questions? Do you feel okay with this? And so they would say to themselves, do I want to do this? Maybe should I have questions? I don't know how I feel about this. Should I feel a particular way about this? And so what happened was they started to become detached from the process, and I allowed them to let fear rule and make the decision for them. When if I was showing up as 100% of the practitioner that I could have been, I could have just said, hey, this is what you need. Let's get started tomorrow. What option works best for you? So after seeing my chiropractor friend do this with his clients, and I actually sat in on a couple of his consultations, it was very easy. He sat, he listened, he asked his what and his why questions. He asked, the how questions. And then from there, he said, hey, based on what you need, this is what it is. Let's get you started. It was so simple. And you know what? I mimicked it. I mimicked it because it worked. And so I went from closing 20% of my consults to closing over 80%. And I scaled to over 500 clients a year, 4,400 clients over the span of 8 years. All because I stopped selling and I started prescribing. And the best part about this is when you prescribe, you're now on their team trying to help them find the solution instead of trying to combat why they should join your program or trying to convince why they need to be working with you. I'm not here to convince or combat. I'm here to just make a recommendation and make sure that you're hitting the goal of why you hopped on this call today. That's the prescriptive method. So if you're a health coach and you're tired of chasing clients, you're tired of getting ghosted after consults, and you're tired of hearing, I need to think about it, it is time to change your approach. You got to start using the prescriptive method, and then you'll be able to watch your close rate skyrocket. But the most important thing, you're going to watch a bunch of people's lives change when they say yes to themselves. So let me know in the comments, because I'm curious, what is the biggest struggle that you have with sales right now? Is it that you can't close? Is it that you get hit with a ton of objections? Maybe you're not asking the right questions? I'm curious. Drop it in the comments below. And if you want more high ticket coaching strategies, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and follow me on Instagram as well at Coach Andrew Costa. I'm Coach Costa. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.